Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new League of Legends video. Now, just as you can see, a minute ago, a new post was made by Riot called Champion Roadmap of July 2017. Now, what this post essentially is the post that they've been making for the past few months already, where they talk about just a whole bunch of new upcoming stuff, including talking about the new champion coming up. They talk about a new rework that has been completely unheard of. We haven't heard about this rework at all, which is going to be coming up as well. And they talk about other reworks as well, and there's a bunch of other information, just a whole lot of really just juicy details of League of Legends stuff and content coming up relatively soon, and also, you know, a little bit further down the line. So with all that being said and done, let's just read through this. And I also want to quickly announce that right now, as this video goes live-ish, I will be streaming, so I want to see you guys there, so make sure to check it out, Redmercy LOL, or twitch.tv/Redmercy LOL. Hope to see you there. But either way, let's take a look at what we have here. So, forging a new Vanguard. So you guys might be wondering, what is a Vanguard? So let's check that out. A Vanguard in League of Legends. Exactly. What exactly is a Vanguard? Okay, so let's go here and let's scroll down. Right? So, a Vanguard. They're all the way down here. So essentially, it's someone that we like to refer to Vanguards as offensive tanks. Vanguards lead the charge for their team and are specialists at getting action started. Their explosive teamfight initiation seeks to catch enemies out of position while allowing allies to follow up to devastating effects. Essentially, they're the tanks. They're not the ones that peel, they're the ones that dive into the backline, they start the fight, they initiate, they do their thing, and that's what's going to be the new champion. The new champion coming to League of Legends, maybe in about a month, I would say, is going to be a Vanguard. So let's check it out. One of the big benefits of class updates was they helped us better define and understand our classes. For example, using lessons from the Assassin class update, we were able to apply what worked and didn't work to Kane's Assassin form. Like giving him a slightly longer burst window, but also more tools to weave in and out of fights during his assassination pattern. The same can be said for the tank update. As we owned in on what we felt worked for the Vanguard class, we saw a great opportunity to build a new Vanguard from scratch. One of the key traits of a Vanguard is that they can choose when and where to start a fight, right? Like we just read, they're the initiators. With that in mind, we want to make a new playmaking Vanguard that charged headfirst into tough situations and made the enemy team fight on their terms. We also really wanted to make a self-reliant champion. Expect to see a new unique passive that helps them build more than just character. Look out for the newest Vanguard, who will be heating up one of the coldest regions, which is, I'm assuming, Freljord, in Runeterra. I think it's Freljord. Next, let's take a look at the updates we have in flight, right? So there you go, boom. We have a new champion coming out, boys and girls, a new teaser, a new Vanguard. So we know the next champion is going to be most likely a top laner. That is going to be maybe a support as well. Who knows? Maybe even a mid laner. That is a Vanguard. That's going to be a very, very kind of in-your-face, initiating kind of champion. Pretty exciting. Some kind of new passive that they say, a unique new passive that helps them build them. Notice it says them. Expect to see a new unique passive that helps them build more than just character. So it seems like the new champion we'll be getting is not a single champion. It seems like it'll be a 2, maybe a 3 type champion that maybe they're just in some kind of machine or something. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's a bunch of yordles in a big machine. I have no idea. But them. That's the key word. That's the keyword. Anyways, emerging from the shadows. So let's talk about some reworks, right? So Evelynn rework is, of course, on its way. They give us a little bit more information about how they want to play up Evelynn's perma-stealth identity by giving her some new tools to use from stealth, right? That's going to be with Evelynn. And I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that Evelynn is going to be using what kind of is essentially Talon and Kane's walking through the walls or going over or through walls kind of gameplay, where she'll also be going through walls. This should further emphasize her unique gameplay and also reward Evelynn players for mastering her shadow form. Evelynn's stealth is essential to her identity, so we'll be adding unique visuals for her stealth form to make it look as special as it is meant to be. We're also going through and updating her narrative. Okay, this is talking about lore. So let's see. It'll be still a while before the updated Evelynn's eviscerating her enemies on spikes of hatred, but expect to see her, or more realistically not see her, XD, sometime after the new Vanguard mentioned above. Okay, so the next champion, or the next thing we should be getting that's like a massive new content for League of Legends is, of course, going to be the new Vanguard. Following that, we're gonna have Evelynn. The tip of the spear. Now, what is here? Before we discontinue the class updates, there were 2 divers that kept coming up when we talked about the possible champions for a diver class update, Aatrox and Xin Zhao. While we won't be doing a massive diver update, we do want to give both of those champions a little love. So he already went over Aatrox over here in this blog over here. He talked about Aatrox and how they want to essentially rework Aatrox right here. But they're also going to do Xin Zhao, right? So the two reworks that are going to be happening to the diver class is going to be Aatrox and Xin Zhao. Now that's confirmed 100%. So let's talk about Xin Zhao, he says. So this, whatever the hell that is, of Demacy will be a smaller update aimed at upgrading a few of his less interesting abilities and also giving him a strong strategic identity in League of Legends. We know that the core essence of Xin's playstyle is his EQ dash knockup combo, so rather than messing with the good thing, we're focusing on the W as an opportunity to add some counterplay and a much more skillful tool to his kit. It's looking like Xin Zhao's changes will be shipping live before Aatrox's, as Xin's are shaping up to be smaller, but expect to see him sooner than later. So there we have it. So we have a rework coming to Aatrox and Xin Zhao. So what do we have so far? We have a rework coming to Evelynn, we have a rework coming to Aatrox and Xin, and we also have a new champion that's going to be a Vanguard. But there's still more information. They talk about Azir here. Now I don't want to go too in depth into this one because I mean, they talk about what we already know. So they talk about Azir, how he's very, very difficult to balance. You know, that's just the nature of the champion. Then they talk about how they're going to be essentially taking 1 or 2 paths. I talked about this in a previous video already, actually. We already kind of dug up this information. But they say how essentially they're looking at 2 possibilities, possible solutions to the Streamer Shuffle dilemma, right? Because one of the issues he's saying, or they're saying, is the Streamer Shuffle is just, it's too much of it's too strong of just an ability for him to have, or a gameplay, I guess, mechanic, if you will, for Azir to have, given the type of champion that he is. So, again, one would be to keep the shuffle and build a supporting kit that can coexist with this iconic move, or to remove the shuffle and push his kit closer towards his thematic, which is that of an emperor commanding his sand soldiers from the backline, right? So they're still very early in the exploration of Azir, but it seems like the player, it seems like that players are just as torn as we are between the 2 possible directions. So stay tuned for future champion roadmap blogs that will go more into details about how Azir is going to be essentially changed, right? That's what that is. Now, here's some other really juicy information. There's going to be yet another rework, a massive rework happening to Swain. A visual game update to Swain. Did not see this coming. There has been, at least from what I've seen, there's been zero information regarding this whatsoever. But Swain, after Evelynn, so we have the new Vanguard, then we have Evelynn, and then we either have a new champion and then another visual game update to Swain, or we have 2 in a row, right? But regardless, after Evelynn, we have Swain coming up. So, I'm happy to announce that our next big visual game update after Evelynn will be none other than the leader of Noxus himself, Swain. To start off, his visuals haven't held up very well over time. Swain is supposed to be the all-powerful ruler of the Noxus, and he doesn't really look at the part at the moment, and I actually fully agree. His team is also a bit confused with his actual gameplay, which I fully agree. He's a master tactician, yet he plays more like a drain tank / a battle mage. 100% agree. I've always been thinking this, and every time I see Swain, I always look at him, like literally almost every game, and I'm like, he's the leader of Noxus, who's a master tactician, yet he is just, his playstyle is just nothing like that. Like, there's nothing tactical about his playstyle at all. Right, which is, it just doesn't make sense. So his gameplay has also been a design problem for a while. If Swain gets behind, he doesn't really make much of an impact. If he gets ahead, he becomes an unkillable tank that can also output massive amounts of damage, of course with his ultimate Leandri's. Swain also has a lot of his power pushed into abilities and effects that enemies can't really do anything about. Looking at him as a whole, we feel there's a great opportunity to revisit Swain and truly deliver a champion worthy of leading one of the most ruthless and iconic nations of Runeterra. We'll be updating his visuals to better match his theme as the leader of Noxus, as well as doing a major overhaul on his gameplay. Major overhaul, which is essentially a visual game update, very similar to what they did to Warwick, to Urgot that we just, not too long ago saw, to Evelynn they'll be doing, next to Swain, Poppy, things like that. We want to keep the essence of Swain intact, even though we will be completely rebuilding his entire kit from scratch. So this is essentially going to be a new champion. You can think of it that way. We are still very early on Swain, but I'll be back with more details on his development. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and blah 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 blah. So check this out. Does this not look cool? Oof. That looks so cool, man. That looks fantastic. I have to say, that looks, whew. That's really cool. But either way, guys, there you have it. The new champion roadmap. I mean, there's a lot of juicy information. So what do we have? Just quickly reiterating, we have a new champion coming out that will be a Vanguard, which is essentially, like Malphite. Just a champion that looks for the initiations, looks for the start of the fights, goes in there just head first, boom. and then the fight is happening, right? All because of them. And apparently it's going to be a them, so it's going to be more than just a champion. It'll be a couple of characters, I guess, into, you know, one champion, if you will. They'll have some kind of new unique passive that we've never seen in League of Legends before, which is cool. I mean, they've always been doing that with new champions recently. We have the Evelynn rework coming up as well, right after these bad boys come out. Then we have what looks to be a rework happening to Xin and also Aatrox. So what is that? That's 3 reworks so far, a new champion. Then we have a rework happening to Azir. That's 4 reworks, and a massive visual game update happening to Swain. That's 5 reworks and a new champion coming out. That's pretty hype, man, I have to say. And I'm actually really excited to see what they do to Swain, because I think the current Swain just doesn't make sense to his thematic at all. So hopefully they make it a bit more interesting. And yeah. But either way, guys, that's about it for this video. There you have it. Some juicy new information of new reworks, a new champion, a new visual game update coming out as well that we've never heard about. So that's pretty cool, man. That's really cool. So if you guys are excited, if you're interested, and you're just, you know, you're just pumped up and ready to go, then hit out that like button if you enjoyed the video. Also hit out that like button. Make sure to share this with your friends. Let everyone else see exactly what's coming to League of Legends. There's a bunch of just awesome things coming, which is really, really cool. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you for the next one. Thank you for watching, man. Peace. Peace, peace, peace.